This program is proudly brought to you by PNG Motors, Gazelle International Hotel, and Telecom Limited.
Watching Sports Scene. I am your host, Jaylee Sapies, and this is Denzel Apelis.
That's right. Thank you, Jaylee, and welcome back, viewers, to another thrilling episode of Sports Scene.
Now, we've got a great show lined up for you tonight. Let's see what's coming up. On tonight's show, we take a look at the New Power Sports Talk Sevens competition that happened over the weekend, and we feature the winning team, Black Orchids. We speak with AFL executives and what the 2024 season looks like. And we talk about 3 Papua New Guinean squash athletes that have gone professional. But before we get started, let's find out what happened over the long Easter weekend.
Yes, that's right. Now, an exciting weekend for sports over the weekend. Now, starting off with the 47 national game fishing titles. Man, Port Moresby witnessed the biggest ever turnout for this year's titles. 35 boats, including 4 from Cairns, Australia, and 2 from Lae, hosting about 250 anglers throughout the tournament. Now, the highlight of the games fishing that happened over the weekend was Stephanie Daniel, that came in with just half of a Spanish mackerel that weighed in about 22 kilograms. Now, I'm telling you, if it came in full, it would have been like probably a new world record, that Spanish mackerel. Now she was reeling it in for about 2 hours tops, and then a hungry shark came in and just took the other half away. So that's what happened. But we could have witnessed a world record that happened over the weekend. Now, moving on to the Isuzu T20 Smash, although facing some challenging weather during the weekend, the game still went on, beginning on Friday with the Cassowaries locking in their first win against the Mudmen by 7 wickets on the opening day. Now, on Saturday, after losing their first match to the Cassowaries, the Mudmen fought back and defeated the defending premiers Mariners by 26 runs following an outstanding performance by Nosaina Pokana. The weekend ended with the Mudmen and Cassowaries winning the remaining matches, and the Mariners closed off the first Isuzu T20 weekend, winning their first match as Barra's captain Vala showed the boys how it's done. Now the Blacks are yet to put a win on the table. Now for softball, the Bears claimed the 2024 POM Men's Moneyball title, defeating the United Brothers. The two grand finalists met on Sunday after some money-making matches throughout the weekend. Moving on to Rugby League, the SRC Easter Nines at the UPNG saw the debutant team of UPNG RFL, the SM Titans, claiming the cup victory over the SNPS Spartans 10-6. Moving on to golf in Mount Hagen, the National Amateur Golf Championship was held over there at Mount Hagen over the weekend, as we saw rookie Wally Ilake being crowned champion, representing the Royal Port Moresby Golf Club, defeating about 50 all-rounder contestants from all across the country. And that's a quick recap of whatever happened over the weekend. Now let's head straight into our scorelines, starting off with the NRL. Now the NRL Round 3. The Panthers have definitely humbled the Roosters after their performance last weekend. That happened on Thursday. Now on Friday, the Rabbitohs defeated the Bulldogs 20 points to 16. Broncos defeated the Cowboys 38 points to 12. On Saturday, the Dragons defeated the Sea Eagles. The Dolphins defeated the Titans 30 points to 14. And on Sunday, the Warriors defeated the Knights 20 points to 12. Sharks beat the Raiders 36 to 22, and on Monday, the West Tigers defeated the Eels 17 points to 16. Now they beat them by a field goal. Now the Eels had a chance to actually come through, but they missed that last penalty. Now the Super Rugby Pacific Round 6 on Friday, Crusaders came on top, Rebels came on top also against the Chiefs and against the Waratahs. And on Saturday, the Fijian Drewers 31 points big score against the Force. The Blues 47 points defeating Moana Pacifica, huge score 8 points, and the Hurricanes defeated the Highlanders 47 points to 12, and the Brumbies came on top, defeating the Reds 20 points to 19. And now that concludes our weekend scorelines. Now stay with us. We'll be right back after this break, and we'll take a look at the Sports Talk Sevens. Stay with us. We'll be right back after these messages.
Welcome back. You're watching Sports Scene. Now let's talk about the new Power Sports Stock Sevens competition that was hosted over the long weekend here in Port Moresby. There were 32 participating men's teams, 12 women's and 12 under-20s. With 3 days of tough competition and a whole lot of prize money to be won, there can only be one winner in each division. They were Engau United for the under-20s, Connie Sharks for the women's, and the boys from the autonomous region of Bougainville, Black Orchids, who claimed the grand final as this year's Sports Stock Sevens winners. Following 3 days of 141 Rugby Sevens games with 8 men's pools, 3 under-20s and 1 women's, the new Power Sports Stock Sevens Cup was awarded to the Black Orchids from the autonomous region of Bougainville in the new Power Sports Stock Sevens Grand Final on Sunday, March 31st at the Sir John Guy Stadium.
Actually, I was in with the boys for a month. I was away. I was in Fiji. At this game, I spent I think 1 week with them, and we came. So, what I've seen and over the years, how we prepared. So we always, we got challenges about the bus phase and all those stuff. So yeah, the boys always give themselves, to put themselves on the line during the trainings, and I think 2 months, 2 months for us to prepare for the Sports Stock Sevens.
Big black and tough feelings, but I'm by go back and how I'm preparing more my game. I'm big black challenge. I'm been big black challenge there lo. Stop inside lo, stop namel lo. Sla 30 black team will be take part lo sla tournament.
The Bougainville boys clinched victory 22-7 against 2023 Rookie Sevens champions, Gerehu natives, in the most thrilling match of the competition.
Everyone knew what they wanted to do. So, like we had just a bit game plans during our racks and line out. Some of them didn't work out, so we just played a normal game, and we just used the end-to-end the speed.
I will make sure that team must prepare because I'm no easy tournament lo come na winning, so think how me prepare all magilo place make sure kita magi must fit na me can come na compete lo disla higher level.
The new Power Sports Stock Sevens competition organizers awarded the Island boys a massive 20,000 kina prize money. The Black Orchids first won the new Power Sports Stock Sevens competition in 2022, also under the guidance of Captain Solomon Semoso, and have since proven to be a team to watch in the sport.
A young man by the name of Peter Chamalili Jr., with the president of rugby, a former PNG Pukpuk rep, came along to Buka in 2002 and introduced the code in Bougainville. So to date back, it's approximately 21 years in making.
The Black Orchids have produced some amazing talent who have gone on to represent PNG on the world stage.
From the under-16, we had the current coach himself, Junior Pukpuks, and came Jimmy Pahia, both of them. To the senior players, we have Aloysius Kusi, the current coach to Hangan Pirates, Hubert Chera, former captain to PNG Pukpuks, and Nathan Baramon.
The Orchids are confident of their win and hopeful to do even better in the future.
To date, this weekend was I would say, the cream of the cake for us. It's been a journey for the 21 years. To date, going back to I'm also a Black Orchid player. We used to have cricket score before, but this one was like in 2022 and 2024 this year. That is I think we've set the benchmark. That's the highest we can go.
Great, really good to see that we have our players from the other centers coming in and playing, showcasing their talent and all that. Really good to see. Really good initiative, Sports Talk 7s year in, year out. Always good to see. Now stay with us, we'll be right back after this break and we'll talk to AFL PNG representative Mr. David Topeni about the new kicks, super kick programs and all the development programs involving with AFL PNG. Stay with us, we'll be right after this break. Welcome back to Sportsy. Now it's time to talk about AFL. Now, most people in our country don't know, but AFL, we are the three in Papua New Guinea, the country Papua New Guinea. PNG Mosquitoes is the three-time winner for the AFL World Cup. Now, we've won in 2008, in 2014, and also in 2017. Now, these matches would have continued if it wasn't for COVID and all that. But yeah, it's really good. It's a really good achievement for our country also. Now, for these AFL PNG pathways that come through, we have seen one of our successful candidates that went through, Hewago Oya Paul. He's now currently with the Gold Coast Suns in Australia, Gold Coast, and he's playing there right now. Now, speaking of these pathways, I'm joined with none other than Mr. David Topeni, the Southern Regional Development Manager. Mr. Topeni, thank you so much for joining us on the show tonight.
Thank you very much for inviting me to be part of your program. AFL Development Program has been running for years now, and then we've been reaching out to all the provinces, not only in Port Moresby, but Lae, Wewak, Islands region. We have team from Agen, NGI region. We have Western Britain, New Ireland, and Eastern Britain as well. So there's lots been going on behind the scene, running programs, AFL's Master New Kick program all across the country. So it's been really fun, and lots of work have been done in years.
All right, that's really good to hear, especially with work done in the Highlands region. The Highlands players coming up to play. Now, tell me, there's a new program that I'm aware of, the ones that start with the more younger, smaller kids, the super kick program.
Yes.
Please tell us more about the super kick program.
Super kick program is the new concept that we introduced in our Smart Start New Kick program, but it's just the same like the gala days that we normally run in our program. So Super Kick, actually we use Super Kick to register kids from the age of 5 to 15, and we keep the database, then we send it to our down to Australia, and they keep it as registered kids in Papua New Guinea. So Super Kick program is all about registering new kids and giving opportunity for the little ones to be part of the AFL New Kick program.
Nice, nice. Now, these new kick programs now, you have involved in the southern region. You've involved all the schools together, and they are all taking part in these programs. And then there are certain also carnivals and all these competitions that are coming up for. Tell us about that one.
Yes, with the kids taking part, lots of them are school kids from all the NCDC schools, primary schools, and some of them are from the secondary schools and vocationals as well. So. Lots of them are the age below 18s, so we keep on registering them every week. So the Super Kick program for Southern Region runs for 6 weekends, 6 Saturdays, so from 24th to 30th last week. Unfortunately, we didn't run the program on the 30th because of Easter long weekend, so we have to cancel the program. But we look forward for the bigger one coming up this weekend. That will be our Southern Regional Carnival. So Southern Regional Carnival will be the first carnival in the country, then followed by the other regions to run their carnivals as well.
Nice, nice. That's really good. Now, these type of programs that allowed AFL PNG to identify talents and send them over to the South Pacific tournaments. Now, recently, last month, we had a couple of our players that went out for the South Pacific tournament, and some of them got selected. Is that correct? Please tell us about that one.
Yes. We have a really good pathway program with the AFL Development Program, where we run program in schools, we identify the talents in schools, and then we put them into our school competition to be part of that. And then we also identify from the school competitions. Then we run the regional carnivals. That's when we do our testing. It's not only game, but we do agility testing and all those testings to get the kids on merit so they can be part of our academy camps. So we have 3 different levels that we have in our pathway program. We have level 1, level 2, and level 3. That's level 1 is under 13s boys and girls level 2 is under 15 boys and girls, and level 3 is under 17 boys and girls. So all those kids go through those levels to be part of our academy teams that travel and play abroad.
Right. Now, in the recent Pacific Academy Games that our players that were selected and they mixed around with Nauru and all the other Pacific countries, they challenged against the Lions and the Gold Coast. Now, I think 3 of them got selected, and now currently they're in an academy camp program in down south. Tell us about these boys and how they're doing with the program. What would we like to achieve with that?
It's an exciting time for us, AFL PNG Development Program. Last year we took the under-16s down to Fiji for the Oceania Cup, and then our under-16 boys, PNG Binatangs, came out as a winner against the Oceania teams. So from the Oceania Cup, they selected the best from the Pacific region to be part of the South Pacific tour. So for the first time, we have the under-16 girls take part in the South Pacific as well. So they made history by taking our girls down as well to be part of the Pacific tour. And our Pacific team, there's a really good feedback from the Pacific team that they won the under-16 Brisbane Lions Academy and Gold Coast Suns last month. So from that tour, we have five boys from the Pacific that went back to represent their countries. So there's 2 from Nauru and 3 from Papua New Guinea.
So those ones would be namely Alan Sevara?
Yes, Alan Sevara, Rocky Rex.
Rocky
Rex and Ellison.
Oh, right. Now that's really good to hear from our... Thank you for the update on the AFL development, the programs and all that. Is there anything that you'd like to mention to our viewers in terms of your development programs moving forward? Any message that you'd like to?
Yes, basically, we normally go to schools and talk to the little kids. It's not about teaching them the skills of the game, but we also teach them how to be better person in their life, how to look after themselves, and first and foremost, to become better in your life, to look after your own family as well, and give them opportunity. It's not only footy, but there's life after footy as well. So they are the ones that we're going to teach them the right thing at that certain age. So when they grow up, they can be better version of themselves. So more importantly is parents, we are the ones that we going to teach our children what's good and what's bad. So mainly when we go to schools, we talk about football and also healthy living, lifestyle, and all those things. So just to make sure the kids grow up in a safe environment.
All right, and there you have it, folks. That's the message from the Southern Regional Development Manager. Now, parents, keep your eyes open. Their programs will be going across the board with all the different schools, and you might want to get your children involved within with these programs, because there's a clear short pathway heading straight into overseas, and that's a good career path for AFL. Thank you, Mr. David Topeni, for your time, and we wish you all the best with your programs moving forward from EMTV and Sports Scene. Thank you so much for your time. Now, stay with us. We'll be right back after the break, and we'll continue on with Sports Scene. Stay where you are. Welcome back to Sports Scene. Now to the sport of squash. 3 locally grown squash athletes have gone professional. Now we spoke briefly with the PNG squash director, Anna Togolo. Now let's see what she had to say about this.
Thanks, Jaylee. PNG Squash Federation are very excited. For the first time in PNG squash history, we have 3 PNG passport holders who are in the PSA, which is the Professional Squash Association, and that's the international worldwide competition. So we have Amity Alakos, who's just turned 20. We have Feanor Siaguru, who's 21. And we have Joshua Porter, who's about to turn 19. So Joshua Porter has been playing juniors representing Queensland for many years now. So he's about to age out as a junior. We're very happy that nearly 2 years ago he made the call to rep and play for Papua New Guinea. his mother's country, and so that's a great asset for PNG squash, and we're very happy. Amity Alakos has been playing since she was probably about 12, I think. She watched her auntie play in the 2015 Pacific Games, and that inspired her. So she's now PNG's #1 ladies. So she's just joined the PSA this year and doing well. And our third athlete is Feanor Siaguru. So Feanor used to rep PNG in junior tennis, and then he switched in 2019, I believe, to squash, and he's now our current number one men through a selection process we held for the 2022 Birmingham Commonwealth Games. So he's our third PSA athlete representing PNG. Feanor's just completed his second PSA event. He's doing very well, and he's got quite a few comps lined up for the next few months, both regional in Queensland, and I also believe he's looking at a PSA competition in Hong Kong.
We have Josh Porter to serve, Matthew Warren to receive. Best of 5 games. Love all.
Aside from PSA, obviously, the more competition and the more points you get, and they all want to get into like the top 50. And now with the Olympics, squash now being a part of the LA Olympics, that's the way through the PSA that you can get into that. Obviously, apart from your like regional selections and things that will happen. So I think ultimately we hope to see the Brisbane 2032 Olympic Games have squash on their schedule. Yeah, so I have 2 hats at the moment. I'm the PNG Squash Rackets Federation President. I'm also the POM RC Squash Director just for this year, just to maintain all the programs and keep things going. Very, very proud. Watched these kids grow up over the past few years, and they're actually they have big dreams, and we're there to help them achieve that. What I'm also really proud of is that Amity, Feanor and Josh are role models to a growing number of juniors that we have got coming through the POM Rackets Club, and we're always there encouraging, like our Mount Hagen juniors have been doing well in the last year, so they're definitely role models. We always like to acknowledge the great community support that we get through the clubs, through members, and also through our corporate sponsors. A lot of our corporate sponsors for squash were former squash players themselves, and they're now able to give back to the sport, and we're always very grateful for that.
Yes, now it's good to see that our squash athletes are advancing in their career, branching out to showcase their talents in other parts of the world. Now, moving on, let's talk about our weekend previews and what we can expect in the weekend coming up. Starting off with our NRL draws for round 4. Thursday, the Storms go up against the Broncos on Thursday. Now followed by the Friday matches, Bulldogs versus the Roosters and Knights versus the Dragons. On Saturday, the Rabbitohs face the Warriors. Sea Eagles go up against the Panthers. Dolphins face West Tigers. And on Sunday, the Raiders and Eels close off round 4 of NRL. Now, the Host Plus Cup is back, people, after a rest during the Easter weekend. Now the WM Seagulls go up against the Devils. Tigers go up against Western Clydesdale. Seagulls face the PNG Hunters. The Blackhawks go up against the Cutters, and the Falcons face the Pride. On Sunday, Capras face the Bears, and Jets finish off with the Dolphins, finishing off the Host Plus Cup. On that weekend, this weekend coming up, sorry. Now, Super Rugby Pacific Round 7, Friday, the Blues face the Force. Rebels go up against the Fijian Drewers. And on Saturday, the Chiefs go up against Moana Pacifica. And the Brumbies face off the Waratahs to close off Round 7 of Super Rugby Pacific. Now, the Isuzu T20 Smash continues this weekend also. Now, if you're not doing anything, bring your family, friends, come over to the cricket. There's really good cricket coming up. Barramundis have spread out, and there's a lot of players mixing around with the Barramundis. And like I've mentioned earlier, there was some upsets happening, especially with the Mariners team, where they are the defending champions. The captain Vala is there also with young John Carrico. All of these players, top players are there now. There were some upsets that happened. Now the Blacks are yet to score. Now come out, support them, and let's see some really good cricket over the weekend. So that's what we can expect over the weekend, Miss Jaylee. Yes.
Sounds really exciting.
Yeah,
this
definitely.
cricket. Now, before we go, if you have a sports-related story you'd like us to cover, please contact us on 312-9229, or you can visit our Facebook page, email us, or you can drop by our office at Level 2 Garden City, Boroko, here in Port Moresby. All right, that's it for tonight's show. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Denzel.
Yes, always a pleasure to have you. Another show done, and we're looking forward to the next one. Thank you for being with us, even though rugby is on at this time and you are here. We appreciate that. Thank you so much on that one.
That's right. Catch us same time, same place next week, right here on your number one to watch. Good night from Sports Scene.
This program was proudly brought to you by PNG Motors, Gazelle International Hotel, and Telecom Limited.